morning Year 1, we hope you're all okay. Today we're going to be doing some science. Now last week Miss Trevor asked you to find 4 containers or to keep them from your recycling ready for today's lesson. So could you go and find those for me please and then come back when you've got them. So you might need to pause the video. Brilliant. So hopefully you've got 4 containers now. Now we're going to be doing an experiment today, so it's a very exciting lesson and I think you're going to enjoy it. So our learning objective is to decide which material is best for keeping warm. Well, of course, I couldn't do this lesson without my special friend, and you've seen so much of this special friend this week that I think you know who it's going to be. That's right. Here she is, it's Penny the polar bear. Now, Penny's had such a busy week and now she wants to invite 4 of her friends to come and visit her in the North Pole. Now, like we learnt on Monday, Penny's adapted to living where she lives, but her 4 friends, Kevin, Barney, Poppy and Bella, aren't quite ready to go and visit her yet. So today we need to help Penny and all of her friends to find something that will keep them warm when they go and visit her in the North Pole. And to do that, we need some materials. Now, don't worry about pausing the video yet. You can watch through it all and then you can go and find all of the equipment you need and get started with today's experiment. So to do that, you need to find 4 materials. So there can be 4 materials from anywhere around your home. And you need to be thinking about things that are likely to keep the bears warm. So what materials do you think might keep bears warm? Well, I've got a few examples here to show you. So I've got some, does anybody know what this is? That's right, some foil. So foil might be a good thing for keeping bears warm, or the water is what we're going to be using today. So you might like to get some foil if you've got any at home. Another thing that we know keeps our feet nice and warm are fluffy socks. So here's a fluffy sock. So perhaps you've got a fluffy sock you could use today. Something else that I found around my home, I've got some. Does anybody know what this is called? That's right, it's bubble wrap. So if you've got some bubble wrap around your home, that might be a good one. And I'm just going to sneak a little bit of this in so I don't show you too much. But does anybody know what this one is called? That's right, it's a tea towel. So perhaps you've got some tea towels around your home that you might like to use. Now, if you haven't got any of those things, don't worry, because all you need is 4 different materials and they can be whatever you like. It's your experiment, but you need to have 4 things, so 1 for each bear. So in a minute you can go and have a look for those. Now, to do this experiment, we are going to be using warm water. Now, what do you think you need to think about when you're using warm water? That's right, do you think we would expect you to be touching the warm water? No, so the warm water we would like to go into our 4 containers. So hopefully you've got bottles or another kind of container, and we're going to pour some warm water into those. Now I've already done mine, but you will be asking your adult to do this. You're not to touch the warm water, okay, and you will let them do it, but also make sure you're careful too, adults. We don't want anyone to hurt themselves. So you will have 4 containers that look something like this. I've got 4 that are all the same size, and this is what mine look like. So what I have done is I have filled them with warm water, and you can do that from warm water from the tap. You can do it from the kettle as well, but just be careful because it will make the plastic shrink, okay, so it will start to melt it. So you might want to put some cold water in there too, or let the warm water cool down a bit before you pour it in. So you want to fill 4 containers with warm water, and again, make sure your adult's doing that. Now, our lesson today is thinking about which material is going to keep the water warmest for longest. So we're having an experiment to see which material the bears can use when they go to the North Pole. Now, today we want you to do something. It's a big word. I wonder if anyone can read this word. That's right, we would like you to make a prediction. Now, prediction means you are guessing, basically. So you're guessing which one of your 4 materials that you've chosen is going to keep the water the warmest for the longest time. And you're going to predict which one that is. So on here, you've got this sheet, and I've attached this to the website for you. If you don't want to do it on there, that's absolutely fine. You can record it however you like. You've got your 4 bears. And again, there's some pictures on the website if you would like those, or you can draw your own, or you can do it however you like. And then you're going to write next to it each material that you have used for the different bears. Then, like I just talked about, you're going to predict. So say you are using foil, you might predict that foil is going to keep the bears keep the water warmest for the longest amount of time. And you might tell us why that is as well. So it could be that you know foil keeps food nice and warm. So foil might be a good one, keeping the bears warm. So that's the first thing you're going to do. You're going to make a prediction. So once you've done that, you've got your 4 bottles, just like mine. And I've had a go at wrapping them up. So I wonder if you can see, I've got some bubble wrap on that one. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to then decide which bear has which. So Bella, for me, is going to have bubble wrap. There's Bella the bear. And I've also got foil. Again, I hope you can see this. And there, hopefully it doesn't all fall over. So then I'm choosing Poppy to have foil. Now my next one, it's a bit tricky. Now I won't be able to stand this one up because I've wrapped my bottle in a tea towel and it's quite tricky to keep it stood up. So I'll leave this one to the side, but Barney is going to be wearing the tea towel. And then finally, hopefully you can see Barney there. Finally, my last one, I'm going to use my fluffy sock and I'm going to cover the bottle just like that with my fluffy sock. There we go. And then my fluffy sock is going to be for Kevin, the koala. We're going to put Kevin with fluffy sock. So now what I have done is I have covered each of my 4 bears with the different materials. And obviously Penny, she's nice and warm because she's got her thick fur to keep her warm. And we're going to see today which one stays the warmest for the longest time. So you're going to leave them around the room, and you're going to keep checking on them through the day. And again, just be really careful. Don't take the lids off or anything. Don't touch the hot water, but you can just put your hand in and feel to see which one is staying nice and warm. And you're going to do that throughout the day until they eventually go cold, and you're going to see which one stayed the warmest for the longest amount of time. And once you've done that, you're then going to write a conclusion. Now a conclusion is your final result, so it's what you found at the very end of it. So did you predict the right answer? And you're going to circle the tick if you did, or the cross if you didn't, but that's okay because we're learning, aren't we? We might not get it right. That's all part of an experiment. We guess and then we find out if we were right. And then you're going to say at the bottom which material was the best for keeping the water warm. You're going to tell us which material that was. So we hope you all enjoyed today's experiment. It is a really fun one, and again it's one of those ones we love to teach. So unfortunately we can't do that with you, but you can do it from home. So good luck everyone, enjoy today's experiment, and don't forget to email us in your results. We would love to see how you all get on. Have a lovely time. Bye bye.